How's it going, fellow drivers? This is Bad Fast Marley with another setup for you. This one is smoking fast. We are at Texas Motor Speedway. This car does 28.9s. It is by far the fastest Texas setup on YouTube. Man, I can't wait for you guys to try this out. So I'll jump right on into explaining the setup. Bumps. 5.3, 5.3, 3.5, 3.5. We're just a smidge loose, but still stable as far as the shock settings. You'll notice right underneath there I have a pretty much lower front weight than I normally run. The wedge is all the way maxed out, and that is because of those track bars. If you look at those track bars, I got the left one up at 15 and the right at 13. That allows me to stay full throttle and really make up a lot of time on other guys. Sway bars right around 1500. That lets me keep my bumps a little lower and keep the car steady. Cambers at a 4.2. At the end of your full run with this car, you're good on tires yet. You can pit and not be afraid of blowing a tire out. You know, they call me Flat Tire Marley, so I gotta be weary of my tires. But no, this is a 3 times wear setup. It lasts you your full run. It's smoking hot laps in the beginning. Your 28.9 and 29 flats, or 29 low ones, 29.1 again, then 29.2, 29.3, 29.4. And it falls off around 30 flats after about 20 some laps. It's really about the line here. The line is so crucial. You gotta be able to roll out of the turns. You want to have a low exit but roll out to that wall, and that keeps your car from getting loose, because definitely on Heat 5 the looseness coming out of the turns has such a stronger effect here on Heat 5 versus Heat 4. So definitely you can combat that. This car is pretty solid in itself, but to combat that, especially later on in your run, you're going to want to have a low exit and roll out. I'll jump into a few laps here and show you exactly what I'm talking about. You'll see how I start. I'm on the exit of the turn, I'm at the bottom hugging that line, and then I roll all the way out to the wall, and by rolling out, that allows the car to keep the nose pointed in the direction I want to go instead of over rotating. Springs, they are maxed out. One thing I've really noticed here is that I can run my car looser and then put those front springs all the way max, and it really gives my car stability even though I have it looser, which is allowing me to get these fast times. But I still like a stable car. I don't like to not have control of my car, especially when I'm league racing, in FRR and whatnot, and racing around other guys. I want to be able to have full control of my car at all times. But if I were to lower that right spring like I used to do to get more bite into the turn, this car gets crazy loose. But just raising them up and maxing out my springs, and as well with the rear, it just really stabilized the car. Now, one thing you might want to do, in race setups, because the track does change while you're racing, if you start to get a little bit loose towards the end of your run, just take that right rear pressure and drop it down a pound or two. I've run it as far as 58 in a race scenario. So but starting out your run, this is exactly where you want to have it. Most of my setups on Heat 5 have been a 3-gear setup. This is actually a 4-gear setup. I'm just really liking that one with a 325. It's got a lot of torque coming out of the turns, and I love that. It keeps my RPMs up and really gives me a good run off the turn. So at the end of my straightaways, I'm really maxing out my RPMs and my horsepower, and it just really bites. After about I want to say 3 laps, maybe 2 to 3 laps, but definitely after 2 laps, you want to start burping the throttle a little bit. Just as soon as you go into the turn, just let off just a hair. The nose will point where you want it to go, and you're right back in the gas. It's a split second, but you'll really feel it once you start to get the hang of the car and the line. You want to take a little bit higher entry into the turns, turn down into the turn hard, and hug that bottom line, and then roll out. But yeah, this is it. Really fast Texas setup. I know I had someone reach out in the comments and ask for Texas, so I've been working hard on this thing, and definitely got you guys the fastest I've seen on YouTube so far is a 29.2, so I got you 3/10. But till next time, keep it pointed in the right direction, and hit that subscribe button. Definitely help us out here at Left Turn. Want to get you guys faster, and gonna keep pumping out setups.